And there's all these loading screen tips about like quick swapping between weapons and stuff, and I actually found it better to unequip all additional weapons, because if someone gets mind controlled, they'll sometimes like swap to other weapons, and it was actually causing me a huge problem. Like someone gets mind controlled for a second, swaps weapons, I get control of them back, and I had to fumble with swapping back. As you step outside, the heavy wooden door of the temple slams shut behind you. You hear something barring it from the other side. It sounds like the priests have engaged in an agitated conversation. You get the sense that they are discussing you, but you're also certain the door is too thick to eavesdrop through, although there may be other places nearby where you stand a better chance. The wooden shutters of the temple's window, closed tight, muffle a set of voices coming from within the building. You can't quite make sense of the murmur, but cracking a shutter open would likely help. A rusty iron latch holds the window shutters closed. Really? The latch is on the outside? With care, you should be able to unfasten it without being noticed. Unfasten the latch. Halfway open, the rusted iron resists with a screech. You freeze, listening to their voices in hopes the priest didn't hear. Their conversation continues uninterrupted. Pour oil on the latch. You grab the latch and apply just the right amount of oil, nudging the metal until the rest gives away without sound. Carefully, you pull the window shutters open enough to let voices flow through. You hear an old man speaking, his tone agitated. You do that? Hope the mountains will do it? What if Ix? His sentence cuts as if the man was speaking to all sides of the room. Suppose he tells them instead. What then? You recognize Lafta's voice responding. Why would he? And with all those dangers near the battery, our gift bearer won't delay. I expect that... The man interrupts her. You always expect. Look where that's taken us. A dying village. Ogres at the walls. Ixley's not back yet, and now I have to do his pet... His voice drops and see this muffling where he has to say. After a moment, laughter replies. Do you think I wanted this? That I could have known in advance? A pause ensues, its tension growing until the priestess's voice cuts in half. We can't wait for him. We must fish out the last batch quickly. After that, we'll decide. The man responds in a broken voice, barely audible. You only distinguish the last words. In that russet wood pond, I'll go. Their exchange seems to end. Cautiously, you creep away from the window of Andra's temple. What? Find the gift bearer or search the waters of russet wood.
They won't see me coming.
Is this russet wood? No, this is stalwart. Alright, let's check the fishery, which is the last building here, and then move on to a new zone. Monks have powerful unarmed attacks, but can use any of their abilities with standard melee weapons. Though some of their abilities can be used when they choose, many require them to take damage and generate wounds. That sounds like an awful class. I'm sure it's good. That sounds awful.
Back to work, everyone. No time for dallying.
Okay.
A fine thing you reached us when you did. They would have burned the fishery next, mark my words. And the last thing this lot needs is another excuse to knock off early. Anyway, excuse the mess. If there's something you need, the clerk can get you sorted. Just watch your step if you have a mind to look around. The floors are slick and none too pleasant to fall on.
Okay. What's up, clerk? I wasn't expecting anyone to come by the fishery for a while. Guess that's the proper way to go about it, really. Carry on like it's business as usual. Can I get you anything? Let's see what you got. Of course. Ring of Overseeing. 10% increase to ability AoE. Ivory worm figurine. Once per day, summon 2 worms. Worms are the little baby dragons that I can summon like 9 of. So I'm not going to drop a lot of money on that. Interesting. Okay. Matt Mercer's like 90% of the characters in this game. Given how your tank works, I'd take more wounds than could ever spend on skills. I mean, I'm going as high deflection as I can to avoid hits entirely, but he does get injured and just heal through it a whole lot. I did like the monk more in PoE 2. Is the skills and spells the same in the sequel, or are there some different ones? Whoa, what's going on?
Effigy's eyes! It looks at me!
Is he screaming at a barrel of fish? What the hell? A dozen pairs of globular eyes stare up piteously at the discarded heads of the day's catch, awash in the pungent sea of fins and innards. Sift through the scraps. Your hand runs up against something round and fleshy, the size of a melon. It is smooth and scaleless, and parts seem to be covered in hair. A discarded head, perhaps, but not that of a fish. Pull it out. With one hand on either side of the head... Whoa! You begin to lift out of the barrel, only to have it leap from your grasp as the head's owner springs over the lip of the barrel in an eruption of fish that rain down over the market stall. What the hell? The man who leapt from the barrel stands facing you, nearly naked save for a loincloth, then drizzled in fish viscera. He's covered head to toe in scars, tears, and punctures, and the thorny imprints of lashings. Most are faded like old memories. Despite that, the condition of the man's body is remarkable. The drooping skin at his flanks and elbows the only evidence of his advanced age. His face is placid, and the rest of him appears prepared for anything.
You must forgive, Zawa. I was not expecting you.
He looks you in the eye at first, but his gaze drifts now and then, settling on strange parts of your face as though distracted by new discoveries. If he is all flustered, he gives no indication. Why were you in a fish barrel?
Resting my eyes, I thought. Waiting for the Malkachoa to bring me insight. It would seem I dozed. Good thing my master was not alive to see it.
He blinks, leaning in to get a better look at you.
Are you real?
Yeah?
Of course. I meant no offense. But I find it is best to ask when Malkachoa is involved.
Malkachoa?
A small white mushroom. I have heard it called snowcap in these lands. It can reveal the true nature of many things.
You have a master, you said?
A teacher, not an owner. Zawa is a free man. Well, as free as any.
I still don't understand why you're in the barrel.
I was freeing myself from vanity. Consider, how can one be vain who is bathed in the smell of dead fish?
It helps to be this handsome.
I had the idea when I passed this way earlier. I am pleased with the results so far.
He smiles at a woman whose head is swiveled towards him as she passes by, a look of revulsion on her face. Distracted, her toe catches on a stone and she nearly falls on her face. He claps his hands together.
Yes, quite pleased.
Do you often smear yourself with fish?
Gods, no. What a way to travel the world. The usual way is to smear yourself with the ashes of the dead. But they do not burn their dead here, so I have to make do with what the land provides.
That's funny. So he covers himself in fish guts. Other people, in disgust, are tripping and falling, and he's laughing at them.
The cold seems to conquer the smell. Even now, the scent hides itself.
You don't seem like you're from around here.
I was visiting a monastery not far from here. I found it empty, but I met a messenger as I left. He carried a call for aid. Seeing that he would find no monks at the monastery, I chose to go in their place.
Oh, is he an old monk?
Zawa is no longer young, but in combat he is still the greatest of the Takan people. It seemed only right that he should go.
Stalwart hired me as well.
I would not say I am hired. I seek no wage, and I promise no result. I have chosen a path, and my spoils come from walking it.
An uneasy frown settles on his face, almost a wince.
And this fortress, this Durgan's battery, its people are gone. Zawa would know why.
If you seek the White Forge as well, I could use the help of an experienced warrior. His face tilts upward, his eyes fixing on the sky. He remains motionless, in trance. At length, he blinks as if awakening and looks back at you. He shrugs cheerily.
If one wishes to swim, it is no time to argue with the current. We are here together, in this moment, because a perfect force has willed it. Who is Zawa to argue?
If only that pickup line worked in bars.
I will walk with you so long as the gods wish it so.
Let's be on our way. Okay, yeah, he's a level 10 monk. I'm not going to use him right now because I'm very happy with my party, but I can send him on quests at the town. Okay, so can you imagine if you just go through this whole expansion and you don't click on that barrel, you never find this monk. Alright, so that's the monk.
Me and Sledge are thinking about heading down, joining a caravan over to Dawning.
Dawning? What for? You like your ogres bigger?
We'd have work at least, and I'm damn sick of fish.
Alright. Time for some action. So, Russet Wood, didn't we have a quest to go back to Russet Wood because of the pond or something? Let's see. Search the waters of Russet Wood. Okay. So we've already cleared Russet Wood unless new danger has spawned there, so we'll go there and check the waters. I just felt like a child. Can we keep him? Daddy allowed us to keep the funny geezer. Yeah, in this game, monks are 100% foreign to me. So this late in the game, I'm not gonna like try out a new one, but I'll have him like go on quests and stuff for the for Cade Nua. All right. Do I have any bandages left?
Yes.
Nope. All right. Russet Wood Pond or the crater are the two water sources.
Sure.
Quickly and quietly.
Gromful the Wayfarer attempted to escape the dungeon, but was thwarted by your guards. Punish him! Beat his ass! Like, what happens if you release the bad guy? Aha! As you walk toward the frozen pond, a figure appears through the mist. Kneeling down next to a hole in the ice, the figure picks up a large chest and throws it into the water without hesitation. The figure looks around, you glimpse a face you've seen before. Kexidal, one of Lafta's acolytes, pulls a hood over his head and throws a leather bag over his shoulder. Without looking back, he walks away in the direction of Stalwart Village. Where's my option to intercept him? Cloudy water is visible through a large hole cut through the ice. It is larger than a fishing hole, cut wider than a broad-set almawa. Stirred, the surface of the water laps against the layered ice. You reach out to test the water. It nips at your fingers with every ripple, quickly numbing your hand after a few seconds. Inspect the area. Carefully inspect your surroundings. Animal tracks are plentiful, but what appear to be footprints of Kith are also present near the hole. Looking closer into the hole, you notice a jagged ring of frost adhering to its walls. It has been rebroken, perhaps more than once. Look through the water. The water swirls silty and nearly opaque. Focusing, you catch glimpses of the bottom, gradually making shapes out of the blur. You're convinced that several objects lie at the bottom. Perception 17. Dive in and search the bottom of the pond. Who will dive in? Bulwark against the elements. Okay. Again, if this is athletics, then it's Bleak. If it's survival, I send Kana. I don't know which it is, so I'm going to try sending Bleak first. Bleak dives into the water and disappears under its turbulent darkness. The cold steals all warmth, every movement is a struggle and soon next to impossible. A spasm jolts your companion into action. Bleak desperately swims upwards, surging through the water and emerging out of it shivering and exhausted. After the failed attempt, you take a moment to consider your options. Only extreme resilience against the cold will allow you to have enough time to search for objects at the bottom of the lake. Senkana? Exact same thing. Consider my options. What? Okay, I don't really have anything to do. Pale Elf. I'm not going to give a sales pitch for the Monk, but I'd say Monk did solo the game on normal easier than a group finished on hard. Path of the Damned is different, of course. Your party does seem fun and functional. I wish I could do a search on chat history to see what % of my comments involves Monk. it's fine. Oh my gosh, that wrecked our party. So... Huh. So, wait, is it this? Do I need damage reduction freeze? Does that influence it? Alright, before I rest, let's try having Muck do it and see what happens. Oh, it's Constitution! Jesus. Your limbs start to feel numb, but your natural hardiness allows you to swim with ease to the bottom of the pond. Directly below the hole, at the very bottom, Your hands find heavy objects made of wood and metal. They are chests, small but heavy. You start to bring them up to the surface one by one, struggling to carry their weight through the water. After a heroic effort, you come out of the frozen pond. You let a few minutes pass to recover from the ordeal, and then you're ready to inspect your findings. The chests are marked with the symbols of Andra. You grab one of them and pry its lid open to reveal its contents. Inside, all you see are rocks. You shake the surprise off and grab another chest. The same result greets you after opening it. More rocks and nothing of value. Something is assuredly amiss. As proof of your findings, you take one of the empty chests with you. Okay, my guess is the guy is supposed to come here and dump these objects for religious sake. He's just filling the chest with rocks and dumping the chest, and he's keeping the stuff to make money.
Huh?
Honestly, if my religion was that stupid, I'd be tempted to do that too. You said religion was stupid. No, I said that religion is stupid. Take your stuff and dump it in a lake. Come on. Stalwart. Pale elves are naturally resistant to cold. That's an option too. Yeah. I was trying my tank because he had the highest cold resistance, but it was apparently a constitution check. Check something while this thing is loading. Alright. Come on, Stalwart. You can do it.
Enemies will find us dead on our feet.
Yeah?
Okay. Let's rest before, because our party is like, 3 of us are half health and exhausted because of the dive in the lake thing. So let's rest, then we'll go challenge the priest on the forgery or whatever. You cheated the lake. You owe the lake money. Okay. Where's the tavern person? Is that you?
Back to warm your hands, eh?
Like
With
a
Baragon.
2 dex, 2 might, 2 dex, 2 might, 2 con, 2 dex, 2 might, 2 con, 2 resolve. Yeah, give me that. Alright. Excellent. Had a nice warm bed. Probably have 5 days now to get to Caed Nua, if I have it right. I can check the timer if I have to. Definitely got some more time. Unless it took excessive time to go over to that swimming hole and then come back. Alright. Party split up, apparently.
Huh, that's what I get for asking directions in the middle of nowhere. Say, I don't
Manaha?
suppose you've
She's got a
seen
picture.
any mysterious old buildings in the mountains lately, have you?
The Almala wears an assortment of bangles, bands, cuffs, and chains as thick as armor. She watches you with a raised eyebrow and eyes gleaming with mirth. Well, guys, the only classes we haven't recruited are Barbarian and Rogue. This might be the Barbarian. You mean Durgan's Battery? Durgan's Battery?
No, but I've heard that name a lot around here. I'm looking for the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. It's an obscure temple dedicated to Andra.
Why?
I'm a gift bearer. My job is to gather tokens of things people want forgotten and surrender them to the Lady of
Isn't
Lament.
this it right here?
Best place to do that is the Abbey of the Fallen Moon.
Gift bearers usually dispose of tokens in the sea. Why are you going to the Abbey?
Well, you throw some things into the sea and maybe they wash up on shore one day. But you want something really good and forgotten, you take it to the Abbey.
So what are you taking now?
The Abbey's all about forgetting. Wouldn't be much forgetting if I told you about it, would there?
What kinds of tokens do you take?
Anything that represents a moment or a memory someone wishes to leave behind. Well, love notes, awkward family heirlooms, bad poetry, the kinds of things you want to forget.
I see.
I might be here a while. Half the villagers have never heard of the Abbey, and the ones that have, no one knows where it is. So I'm trying to think of this as an extended holiday in a remote mining village that smells like fish.
I've got business here. You could travel together.
You won't regret it. I've got a lovely singing voice.
As a chanter, I bet you're wrong.
I like her already.
Yep, level 10 barbarian. Alright, that's where you get the barb. Aloth is still level 4. Okay. I know where the gift bearer cast your heirlooms away, but the chests were empty. How is that possible? A flash of understanding crosses his face. Someone took it. Who, do you know? I suspect Lafta knows I'm going to talk to her. Alright. Let's save game in case we're about to start a fight with the freaking church. Knowing my luck, the church would then scream and call the town guard for help and blame me. We'd have the whole town against us. We'd probably win, though. Didn't the Orlin say the Saber was west, too? No, I think you're right. I think you're right. I wonder if I had to run around that zone more to find it. Let's see. You return. How may the goddess help you? I found your chests. They were filled only with rocks. I see. No use in keeping this charade any longer, is there? Her group springs into action. The sounds of unsheathing blades fill the room. But we shouldn't act so rashly. She holds a hand up. The thieves keep their weapons pointed at you. We've been pretending, yes, but is what we're doing from what Andra's priests do? Villagers and travelers give us things they want to forget. We make them disappear. Isn't that the same thing? I bet if we had that barbarian Andra priest in the party, she would have some choice words right now. We aren't murderers, and we'd prefer to be as far away from this cursed place as we can. Why make a bloody mess out of this? I'm willing to help you look the other way. Her eyes fixes on you. Not a chance. I'll let the villagers decide what to do with you. She stiffens, her face hard. As she raises her arm, the folds of her robe fall back to reveal a cocked pistol pointing at you. Come at me, bro. Alright, all of you target the Spellweaver. You mind control the swordsman. Got him. Alright, Spellweaver's down. Oh, wow, she just shot him for 89. That's awesome. Alright, scoot up a little bit. That right there. Oh, dude, I've got a cocked pistol. I'm so cool. You're not even gonna survive long enough for me to try out my new invocations. Y'all suck. Here we go. Summon ogres! Do it! Oh! We were seconds away from summon ogres. Exceptional pistol. Singe Grimoire. Thick-handled iron key. Oh my gosh, how much stuff do you have? Alright. Money. White Crest armor. Wow! Dude, I want this. Minus movement speed. This is what the guy outside was talking about in his heirloom. Well, maybe he'll give me the armor as a reward. Crow attack! Aw, too late. White Crest armor is good for deflection, Shanner. Yeah, we'll see. If I give it to him, will he offer to let me keep it, or do I just have to lie and tell him that I didn't find it? These are the choices. Alright, let's tap that quick save button and see what happens when we talk to him. Wait, what? I have your medallion. Let's see it. Here it is. He takes the medallion gingerly in his palms, taking care not to smudge it with dirty fingertips. It's her medallion, he smiles. You've done good here today. If I had a kingdom's treasure to give you in return... Alright, I also found your armor. I don't need it. Don't know what I'd do with it. Keep it. More like you. Yes! And 1,200 copper. He turns around and walks away, looking not at the path ahead, but at the precious heirloom clenched in his hands. Even so, the stride of his short leg seems filled with confidence. Work it, work it. I would have reloaded if he didn't offer to let me keep it. Okay. Wait, did I ever talk to you?
Oh, it's working!
I get I get that reaction a lot.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so rude. I'm Ista. I heard we have you to thank for clearing out the ogres. I'm glad Stalwart survived. It would have been a disappointing trip up here
What's the
otherwise.
device you're holding?
My ore locating divination tool. Well, that's what it will be. I have to calibrate it. Right now it seems to think you're a copper deposit. My Animancer contacts did suggest that a particular strong soul essence might interfere. I'm more interested in minerals in any case.
Maybe I do have a strong soul.
I suppose that's possible. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, unfortunately.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to recreate the instruments that first led the Pargrin dwarves to this mountain. This is my latest prototype. Centuries ago, dwarves carrying tools just like this one followed their readings to what is now the battery. If I can recreate their work, then I may be able to find ore deposits elsewhere.
Okay.
I was hoping to test it, but my arrival was delayed by word of the ogre attack. I haven't been able to find anyone to venture up the mountain since.
I could do it. I'll do it if you pay me. This is gonna be dangerous.
Oh, of course! A real field test is worth the investment. I just have to adjust the device. It should point you toward metal deposits. We already know the battery rests on some rich veins, but I was hoping to get a reading of the surrounding mountainside. If you can follow the readings to ore and bring back a sample, I can use it to refine the device. Thanks ever so much for this.
Okay, there's another quest. Alright, how long do we have to deal with this Cade Nua stuff? Let's see, assign. Endurance. You know what, let's send the new monk to go do whatever this thing is. Alright, oh, did we have one of our hirelings die? Oh wow, Crucible Knight, 4 and 2. Get it! Okay, construction done. Build powers. We're just gonna keep building whatever the top thing is on the list. Let's recall 5 days and 6 days for that. Okay, we still got time. Alright. Let's come up here. Let's see what's going on. Longwatch Falls. Let's go to Longwatch Falls. So the slaver thing might be at Russet Wood, or it might be something like north of Russet Wood or something. I'm not sure. But we'll, at least going east, we know we're going to be hitting some stuff to do. If we go west, I'm not positive. You can change how much metagame information is displayed in the conversations via the options menu. I'm fine with it how it is. Alright. Find the hot springs near Longwatch Falls.
A blade in the dark.
Whoa, calm down, Psycho. Few odds and ends lie scattered here by the path. There appears to have been a struggle here, but the evidence is half buried under a thin blanket of snow. Reach out to the essence. Soul fragment plunges you into a memory. Your name is Yagadar. You've never been more than 20 miles from home, let alone to the White March, and yet you've been climbing steadily higher for a week now. The air is too thin, your clothes are too light, you barely got another 3 days worth of food with you, but you've never felt better. You've only had a handful of fainting spells since you began your journey. You've had as many in a single day before, but the dreams have been the best part. Despite the frozen rocky ground and the screeching winds, sleep has found you each night and brought you visions of majestic peaks wrapped in snow. The cold is but a sweet ache in your bones. As you hike into the wind, you feel that ache spreading through you with a certainty you're getting closer to him or her, your soul twin. A stranger whose soul mirrors your own, of the few people in Aora who could understand the constant torment of a split soul, and the only person who could help you relieve it. Something approaches you through the shroud of snow ahead. You feel a throbbing presence like a heartbeat through linen, and you know. The vision ends abruptly, you find yourself staring at Yagadir's scattered belongings while his elation ebbs from your veins. As his essence fades from you, you feel his eagerness dissolve into disappointment until all that remains is the emptiness of a meaningless death. Was his soul twin like a wolf or something? Did it eat him? Inspect the area. Empty pack lies in the snow, it's been torn neatly in two. Muddy tracks churn the ground, it's difficult to discern their shape or number, but they appear to lead north. Okay. That sounded familiar from another game. Back from the daily workout, how's the stream been going? It's been going good! It has been going good. Oh, I should have been stealthed. Okay, that happened. Ooh, okay. Our tank is paralyzed. Please use liberation on him. Okay, and now please use liberation on this guy. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. We might be reloading the game in a second. Please lay on hands on him. Everyone's getting freaking paralyzed. I've already done all the cures I have. Please cast the damn spell. Alright, you cast Ringleader. You cast Crucible. You summon Distractions. Oh my gosh. I did with my lip. Summon Ogres! Oh, he got paralyzed. Come on, summon. Yes! Oh